did notice something in your run that you could have improved on.
Go ahead, clowns.
You left a bunch of aluminum and shit floating in the middle of the bay that you could have pulsed into the furnace for a bit more.
True. I was excited. What would that be worth? Like, let's say it's like 200 kilos of aluminum, so that's another 2.5K.
Somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000, I guess.
Well, let's go again. Also, Cereally, I love your antenna trick at the beginning. I don't know if you do it this run, but from a few runs ago, or a few weeks ago, I saw it, and I love it.
I try to replicate it, but breaking the antenna is very easy.
Made of paper.
Oh, and when you're cutting the lights off, if you put a quick split saw in between them all, you'll get all of them when you shoot them down, rather than just half of them.
Yeah, that's... I tried lining it up last night perfectly. It's hard, especially at this speed.
I managed
I'll try again.
to get the cut that attached the floor panels from the rest of the structure, but then the floor panels were still attached to the lights, even though they were not attached to the rest of it, so I still had to cut some more, which is why my time is probably as terrible as it is. Yeah, that was perfect cut.
Yeah, those were lined up really.
Alright, now that my mic's working.
Hi, Toasty. How you doing?
Hello.
Pretty good. So in the rear of the ship, when you're doing the AI nodes, I think you can do that faster without actually entering the back section.
Tell me right now, because I'm about to do it.
So just from above in the center, you do vertical cuts only, get both the thruster and all three nodes in 3 or 4 pulses.
It's a lot harder on the other side.
There's exactly 3 on both sides, and you get to listen for the screams.
You also have to watch out for the indicator because you don't want to cut too much of that thruster plate.
You gotta cut just enough to get the thruster plate to come off, kill the 6 nodes, and get out of there without getting tangled up. I've got that one polished, and that really helps me.
If you cut the AI nodes with the horizontal cut, the risk to cut the thruster cap into is higher.
I can every time do the thruster side cuts with that 6 vertical cut technique, maybe 8.
I just did it. How'd I do?
And
I think there's still a node on there.
No, didn't he get the last one?
Did he get them all? I don't know.
I had to go back with the 6th one.
Yeah, and there's one floating above there. In the middle.
Yeah, there's one floating in the main cabin.
But yeah, that's essentially the technique I was trying to describe.
You guys are super behind.
Yeah.
You also destroyed the door consoles.
Switch delay.
Did I?
Yeah, you destroyed the internal airlock door console.
You noticed that.
Nose.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Well, they're not down here, so I assume, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I wish there was a way to get that cargo hatch without fully arresting my momentum.
What if you grab it and surf it to the back of the ship? But there's nothing useful back there, it gets you slowed down.
I tend to lose it. Is my excuse.
Because if you manage to grab it soon enough while you're still moving, you can push it down and then, as just said, just send it down. But that's that's a bit difficult because you need to manage the cats from far away.
I like to float out to a peak halfway, rip it off, and then eat it into the barge from there.
In the next update, it probably won't be an issue because we'll probably fix that glitch.
True.
Yeah, it does feel like it's possibly the last time we'll be using that entry, which I detest, by the way. Just for,
I hope so.
for confirmation.
I also would like to go back to normal.
Yeah, that way we don't need to remember the door console at an awkward moment every time. It's just going to be grabbed at the moment we get in.
So like I'm out here. Okay, well I went in.
When you're doing the fuel lines on the side, if you do it as a vertical line floating slightly further out, so you can get the 4 cuts off faster.
Oh, there goes the thruster cap. I kind of don't like cutting the cap from the inside. I don't know.
I mean, you do end up having to go to the back end anyways to pull the thruster out, so...
Yeah.
Since
Guy
you're
did
not
confirm the
using
other day
clamp
that you
technique?
don't actually lose any value cutting the thruster cap.
Yeah, but
I
it
mean,
died.
as long as it's not destroyed.
It died this
Oh,
time.
you destroyed it.
Oh, yeah, half the time it dies. No.
I mean, I've
Well,
been
if you
using
cut
clamp
Rarely
it
it
too
dies.
deep, then it dies, and that's what I did here.
Yeah. I've been using Clown's technique, but it looks like you're not even bothering with it.
The
For
thruster
the
thing?
thruster, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, for this ship, I mean, I said before, I think it's only faster if there's a console in the back and you have a key.
Yeah.
Because having to wait to,
Okay. Float
To
slightly
eject
further
the
to the
thruster.
left when you're grabbing that cargo hatch and do a single vertical cut. That 3 cuts is wasting your time.
I know.
Yeah,
I know, I've been
that
trying
is
for
not
it
an
every
easy
time.
cut to make.
I've been trying for it every time, Toasty. It's really hard. I'm gonna get
It is
the
not an
tutorial
easy
map,
cut to
aren't
make.
I? Okay.
It's my favorite cut. That little sequence there is...
Fuck you,
Oh,
Toasty.
yeah, I see why.
Hard cut to make.
There you go. That's perfect. Yeah, it's a hard cut to make because you do it in a different order. Well, you get the antenna on the way out and I don't, which slows me down.
Just off topic briefly, how did you get the button pushing thingy on the screen?
Can you PM that to Clowns? Pass along the love.
Yeah, sure. I'm just uploading my other run so people can see what my route is and how I just destroyed a power conduit thingy at the end.
I'll just get that
It
later.
makes me very sad.
Did I get that? I did. So what's about? Say that again about the fuel pipes for the
Float
cells.
slightly further away from the wall
Oh,
so you can hit all 4 mount cuts at the same time. Not at the same time, but very quickly.
Oh, I see. I see.
Doesn't it?
And also, the handles on those fuel tanks will pull you in or push you out on the right timing of breaking the animation. You can, like, chuck yourself with them slightly.
Yeah, it throws me in
Ah.
every damn time.
I actually use that to line up one of my cuts as a decel technique.
Have I been the only one having this issue with the flushing the fuel pipes because they are still I mean they're still active for much longer time it feels like in this one. And then I end
I
up
mean,
blowing
yeah,
my
for
system.
about a second.
Oh. There goes that power junction box.
I've killed myself with that delay twice.
Because it wasn't in the other ships, right? Or I'm just imagining
No,
stuff.
fuel lines always have taken a moment or two to drain.
I've had no issue, but then again, the way I do it is line. I empty the. Hold on, I can't speak. I empty the fuel and then I cut the two nacelle cut points, and that gives enough time for the line to drain, typically.
Maybe you're just moving a whole lot faster lately, Cerelia.
Oh, wow. That would be so great. I hope
Cut
that's the
the
problem
two
then.
bottom cut points as I turn and move towards the fuel lines to not slow down.
You forgot your light.
You can also use the lock-on when you're draining the atmosphere regulator to help you aim at that node for a faster cut.
I have to hit the
So
button.
I've been I took your suggestion and moved it slightly differently. You'll see when I get the video posted. It's nearly uploaded now. That the node on the power junction in the cabin, you can definitely take out in an interesting way. I also found out some very Yes, you'll see. You'll see. Forces you to watch the video.
Okay, well, I was gonna watch it anyway, you know. But
I did see a glitch once with a shallow cut in that node, where the box came off without sparking, and then the node fell off the box. So hopefully that's what you're showing, but I'd like to be surprised.
Those cross braces always get me.
Did you do one of those cuts on, well, by reflex? Because that, unless you don't do the whole just separate the ship in two, and I didn't actually notice. Or you're
Sorry?
just going to change it. There's one cut you made that was not useful if you're going to just separate the ship in two. But that's a detail.
You mean the one behind the fuel tank?
Yeah.
That's so it has a chance to slide out the back on its own. I don't have to pull it out.
Makes it easier to get the can out.
I see.
It usually doesn't work. Which is kind of weird because on the port side of the ship it tends to, but the starboard one does not, and I don't know why. I think
it works because you're cutting it off the internal hull of the aluminum hull section. That's the only reason why it pops out, because there's still that piece of nanocarbon on the inside part holding the fuel can in.
Oh, nice nose grab.
Video is in Carter's quarters for when you want to watch it. Admittedly, we're on stream right now, so probably best not right now.
Man, I'm only recording your voices. You guys can do whatever you want. You can be naked back there, I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
To get that AI node. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's 7? Where's 8? There's 8. Admittedly, I could do something else if I let this thing drift forward, perhaps.
Well, you could do the aft.
Fuck, I didn't grab the glass.
It never bounces for you when you just push it there?
I don't know, did you get in?
Oh no, this time it did, but I'm wondering in general.
A lot of the run is faith. Like,
Yeah, heroes don't look back at explosions.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just tether it to be sure. But
oh, this is
if you want to do
slow.
it on safe,
This is
it's
slow
working for
because
you.
this thing is not going in, and I don't know why. Oh! I'm a moron. Forgot to, cut the whole starboard wing off. Or,
And
port
there's
wing.
AI now.
That
Oh,
I thought you were doing something special by keeping that all together.
No, I just forgot. I was like,
Okay,
do Toasty's fuel thing. Okay, I did it. Move on.
So on the back of this, I've been keeping the entire tail section attached to the middle frame.
It's heavy.
It's not bad for the thruster technique I'm using, though.
Are you using Clown's thing?
I take it off.
No, I'm just tethering the thruster to the barge and then pulling the whole thing into the processor, ignoring alignment. And I don't have to fly around as much.
You did. Run done. Run's dead.
I mean, I'm cutting up the app because since I use Clown's technique, I do that after I start sending the whole part of the ship into the processor. But you could keep it in if you're
Which
Yeah,
technique of mine?
using another
That's
method.
what I'm talking about, is while it's pulling into the processor.
What technique of mine?
I mean, I use the sending the thruster through the hole while the rest of the ship is going into the processor.
That floor plate cut point, you can hit that on the way through the cargo hatch from above and save yourself a cut. Because you're already moving, you already go over in the reticle, and you're definitely going to cut that, so you should do that.
Sorry, say it again. I was hyper-focused on what I was doing.
When you're coming through the cargo hatch, cut that one floor bar on the right.
Ah. Yeah, okay. I'll
You
pencil
can
it in.
get one or two on that arc through there, and you're already moving through there anyways.
So, thinking about it a little bit. I line up for the floor anyway, just as part of the route. I only get the front one on the way to the cockpit because that's the one I don't line up. So that's why that's valuable. I'm not sure if the middle ones are worth, like, squeezing in.
No, it's just the one right under the Atmo regulator, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
Or,
one of the
like,
ones
just
I
behind
line up anyway.
Oh. Well. There's a couple in there that you can aim at and might help.
If I can get the front one squeezed in somewhere, like the one very close, the one closest to the cockpit on the starboard side of the mackerel, that would be useful.
Yeah, I think you can hit that one.
Whoops, that was the wrong tool.
At this point, you should start flying backwards for momentum.
Yeah, I should. You guys can see how many keys. I mean, you guys know too how many keys we're juggling at any given moment. Though it's hard.
And honestly, I can't focus my attention on both what you're doing and the keys.
Well, I'm sure you can get it on the VOD.
Yeah, obviously, I'm gonna take a look at that, but I already noticed you're using the brakes a lot more than I do.
Need to be stable for your cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment you're
Yeah.
going to take a cut, you
Well-
lock the brake on. The moment you're done, you let it off, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
well, that, but also I tend to overshoot because I don't brake enough. So I think that might explain why I'm so much slower than you.
Yeah, all those little
You're
micro
being too
adjustments.
quick.
Yeah, after pointing it out, I just noticed why I'm so much slower is because I'm constantly on the brakes. I didn't
Oh.
realize you used them so sparingly.
What the crap? How is this not free? Fucking, oh my god.
Pipe failed.
Pipe failed?
Pipe fail.
Okay, so this is not going to be a record-breaking run, but I'm still going to go through it just for the motions.
It's a training run.
Okay, you're going to go on that one this time.
Looks like one tether is not
Son
enough
of a-
to pull the... Oh, what happened?
I unclicked before I hit F, then I hit F when I moved over the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still going to go through the
so-
motions.
Yeah, the single tether isn't pulling the cockpit forward enough, and you're wasting too much time pulling the stuff in.
That's what I was
Um,
going to say.
I
it's not like-
switched from double to single because if you pull it too far forward, it doesn't go in one tether cycle to the processor.
Well, here you refilled when you had still 6 spare tethers anyway, so
Yeah, that's true.
you... Yeah, that computer's broken.
And the last time you refilled at 8. So, clearly, you need to spam more tethers before refill time.
Tethers are your friend.
So shameful. Some spare some tethers. What's wrong with you?
Right, that was the wrong one. I was like, think about what Toasty said, and then I hit the wrong one. Slowly evolving.
I use a lot of downward motion, actually. Because if you're both moving forward and down or up, I believe you get a bonus to your velocity overall.
The way
Could be wrong,
character
but
controllers work, that's probably true. Actually, now I think about it.
I often do use up and forwards to kind of push.
that's just
I did think it's
assumed
probably
knowledge of the game engine. Because that's how Quake 2 jumping worked.
It's not specific to the game engine, it's their character controller. Like, they can account for that if they wanted to. But I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked it here. You guys have the sound turned off, so the music cuts out right when I, like, open the door for the
Yes.
the spooky noises.
Yeah, it cuts off as soon as you remove the power from the thing that could do anything with it, basically.
Ah.
Believe it is bug.
Also, that's not like an indicator that you cut the note out, so it's like
No,
lost.
what you do when you cut that last point, you've removed power from the back, and you've also released the door, so nothing that the AI can do in this thing can happen anymore.
Are you? I mean, I've seen separate parts of the ship still be affected by AI nodes when there were a single AI node on that specific part, so...
It's not about the nodes; it's just about the connection.
Yeah, I think Guy's right there.
Okay.
I mean, he has to be. He's official.
Well, I mean, this is actually me being subjective, but
Watching that thruster cut makes me so nervous.
Which one?
All 6 of them.
I mean, every time you're near a fuel tank, that's the same thing.
cutting that thruster cut makes me feel so nervous, especially when I'm cutting it.
That didn't split, did it?
You gotta play dangerously if you want to be number one.
He's not risking much anyway, even if he fails.
So if you're going to grab the airlock handle inside the airlock, do it while moving through the airlock on an arc to get the outside one while facing backwards. Because it'll look rad.
Oh boy. What did I miss? What did I miss?
Did you make all the
2
cuts?
floating nodes in the back corner.
You forgot to cut off the side?
I
Yeah,
forgot.
you didn't.
Yep,
you didn't
I didn't
cut
do
off-
any of it. Wow.
Work on your route, god damn you.
Wow, you learn your route so quickly that when you make a mistake, you learn the mistake too.
I think it's funny that I got it like perfect on the first try.
You also
Yeah,
missed the last one.
Absolutely not
I
frustrating.
am
to watch.
actually. Do you know how I feel about it right now? I'm just like, you lucky motherfucker.
And I'm like floundering like a moron. Oh man.
I mean, even when you're failing, you're still doing great. I mean, maybe not better than all of us, because some of us actually managed to have a pretty good score. I'm talking about you, Tag, but even at your worst, you're still good. It's annoying.
It's gonna sound a bit weird, but I wish you guys got more attention. Like, your YouTube videos get a tenth of views mine do, and they deserve a lot more, in my opinion. Why didn't this rotate down? Fuck.
Well, it's very nice of you to say, but honestly, I think my Hardshpace Shipbreaker videos are the ones that have gotten the most attention so far. So, and even then, I'm just doing it to have fun. So I personally don't really mind.
So one of the things that you could do about that, Kof, is to do some cross promotion.
I
Like,
do it every time BBI sees my videos. I tell them, go watch clowns on stream, go look at Civilia's commentary and stuff. And it feels a bit futile.
After you posted my video on the Discord, thank you for that, by the way. I think I got like 10 views in one day, which
Yay.
basically doubled the number of views on that video.
Oh, realistically, how many people are watching a ton of videos on Hardshpace Shipbreaker?
I watch a
there
lot of
was-
videos.
There was one channel that got about 400 per video for a long time.
That Knights Arcade.
No, Scarlet Seeker.
There's that bear guy who has like 64,000 views.
Yeah, he made
It's
one
probably
video though.
The
Like,
channel
he's-
was already big, right?
He's a variety.
probably.
He's a variety player that just does whatever for a couple vids and then moves on.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have the non-unenviable position of being a very niche part of this game too.
Yeah, there is also that. Like,
There's probably only actually like 10,000 people playing the game any day, and then out of that, who's racing?
not gonna lie.
I don't believe it's that high.
The reason I decided to speedrun this game is because I thought to myself, this is like the slowest game ever. This is gonna attract people like 40 and older that don't play it for speed, so I can be the best at this like pretty freaking easily.
Oh, fuck you.
I don't know
Ouch.
how old you are, clowns. God.
You fucking
You
kid.
feel targeted. I didn't actually mean you. You're obviously a
He's
racer.
an ancient being,
I mean,
an
you
ancient
keep
being
complaining
of
we're
all
not
clowns.
giving you enough of a challenge, and then you tell us that you started playing this game and speedrunning it because it was easy. Because you thought it would be easy.
Wait, did you just fire the glass into the processor?
He did just fire the glass into the process.
Oh, yeah, I did. I'm so distracted.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
it hasn't taken it yet.
distracted and then just throwing the glass into the processor.
I have purposefully put the glass into the processor a few times to make some sacrifices to the processor god.
That's not a thing.
I like the
The
processor
processor
god.
is
If
the-
it is
They're nice
12
for
much
my
lesser
RAM.
god.
No, it's not a thing. The only true god is the furnace god.
I love that cult.
It's not a cult. It's a community. It's a club. We're just friends with a common interest. It's not a cult. It's kind of a cult. But we're also willing.
It's the
Totally a cult.
totally a not serious cult, but it's a cult.
I can't take this
So-
seriously anymore.
The end of the runs with the cockpit.
Mhm.
One of the things that I've started doing to try and increase the speed is to cut out the glass before I'm taking out the power junction box, so I can start it moving faster. I can't take out the glass while it's moving. That's just not a goer. But I can definitely take out the power junction box whilst the thing is starting its run into the processor. Just like one of those things to get an extra little few minutes if you are doing the cockpit at the end.
Huh. When you say get it moving, are you referring to the glass itself or the cockpit?
The cockpit.
Oh, okay, I see.
So-
So you cut the glass out earlier so that you can get the cockpit going.
Yes, and then you take out the last few bits of electronics, like the power junction box and the if you've left any of the handles, you get them on whilst the cockpit's moving.
No, I did see you do that in your runs, and it struck me as smart, but I never worked it in. So I should do that.
Well, I like that nice two-part cart right at the beginning after the floor. Bad description.
After the floor? I do it before the floor, don't I? Or do you mean the door?
The one on the right-hand front side where you're cutting both a door thing and one of the wall pieces. Sorry, not the door thing, the cockpit hold-on bar.
The thing is that thing that he's cutting off, he's never going to actually remove that side, so it's just irrelevant in this instance.
Fair.
But it's worth remembering for the future. The problem is that the handle is on the side that the airlock side is on, and you want to be taking off the airlock side, not the other.
That anode in the back. I hate that one.
Have you had any
it-
luck
I
chucking
think
the
the
side
light-
in with the airlock?
Chucking the... Say that again?
Once you've got the airlock cut free, if that whole side is also cut free, you can use the airlock to push it really hard, really fast towards where you want it.
Yeah, if you need it to go a bit faster, that's very useful.
I generally find I don't need it to go that fast because everything else I'm doing will take the time, but it depends on, I guess it just depends on what point in the run you're in.
Yeah, well, from experience, I don't know how I'm tethering it wrong, but it has a bad tendency of just fizzling out before it's actually in the yellow line zone. So giving it a push could help.
I like to
that.
give it a bit of a momentum before I,
I think
tether
I
it to
destroyed that
speed it.
panel. Josie.
Oops.
Oh, I didn't... I missed the cut points again, didn't I? Jesus Christ.
How the fuck did you get number one? How are you so bad?
Look,
Oh, that's gonna cost you.
to be fair,
Oh.
I practiced that run like 4 times last night before today, so I had it in my muscle memory and everything. Now I'm like incorporating new stuff like on the fly, and I'm just forgetting old
Yeah,
stuff.
that was your fresh, dream processed run. That's
Mhm.
actually a thing.
Mhm, mhm.
If you, your brain does weird shit while you sleep that it will optimize things.
I made sure to do it before I slept, right before I slept, to get it all written down in memory.
One of the fun things that I've found out and have been doing, this. Normally, I'll like go to the front of the ship to like tether the cockpit to the hab, whatever. In this run, I've been going under the ship, looking at the hab, and just looking at the cockpit section and kind of working out where it's going to be, without actually seeing the front of the ship. Because the tethers work by line of sight, because you start at the hab, it will do the tether as best it can, and that will be basically going to be hitting the glass or something like that out the front of the ship, and it will still move it. So I don't actually need to go to the front of the ship anymore.
So
Huh.
you could. That's feels cheaty, but that's awesome.
No,
Well,
I like
it's really
that's
what we
like.
use-
Go ahead, Celia.
I was gonna say that's basically what we use for the huge chunks that are still held by the the rail guide in the transporter geckos? Well, the geckos where there are rail guides.
What?
If you do it from the inside, that's also going to line up. Well, just not just those huge pieces, right? That's the same idea.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. How did that?
It'll despawn. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, the fuel died because it was still stuck in there.
Ah,
Oh.
So I mean, I think that's what you were trying to say, Tag. But I kind of was distracted by an AI note. By
Right.
the way, you focused one on that.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom.
I
I think
looked
that's
down.
slapped off one of the posts.
Okay, so yanking on the power cell is not recommended.
But yeah, so you do use the you use that line of sight trick so that so if you were looking from kind of below the hab, below the ship, well, you kind of need to take the front of the ship off to be able to see it well. So you go below the ship, you look at the hab, you tether from the hab, and then you effectively aim at the top of the door on the inside.
Top of the door to inside. Okay, I was wondering actually what the angle would be because I thought maybe aiming from the center of the glass to the hab, but then you have to move up and down, so that's much more reliable what you just described. Probably going to use
And
that.
basically, it's not much of a time saver, but it's some.
I mean, it saves you from moving all the way around and then braking and then going back, and you missed an AI. Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's smarter. That's part of the end of the cockpit run. Celia.
And usually it's not time wasted because you do it with the last 2 tethers you have before your refill, but since here you don't use that many tethers, that's actually very useful what you just described, Tag, I think.
When you're doing the airlock interface, you don't try to get one of the cross braces and the inner thing at the same time?
I just tried to pulse twice. That angle makes it kind of hard. And if I screw it up just slightly, I end up hitting the airlock.
Yeah, it's a risky cut.
So, one of the things that your suggestions bring, Toasty, is a lack of the understanding of the fear that you have with everything that you're doing with these ships. Like,
Yeah.
you can do this. I'm like, yes, but it might blow up.
In fairness, people like him are how speedruns get pushed to like the absolute limit. Like if we had the same ship
Yes,
for
yeah.
3 weeks, as opposed to just 1, you know, then we'd start incorporating those in as like necessity, and we like curse ourselves because now it's fucking RNG. But you know, the run would be pushed even further than it is.
Yeah.
I
I'm
try
not
to
saying
cut
to stop,
without
by the
any
way,
fear.
Toasty. Yeah, I'm not trying to say to stop. It's just kind of like a lot of the answers that I'm going to give you are like because shit will go wrong.
Well, I noticed you mentioned you were running a single session like 30
Fuck.
times to polish it, but I run the same session 3-4 times insanely with no fear and can get some okay scores.
I mean, I'm not saying no fear. I'm just saying like I know where I am. So the optimizations that I'm making are ones that will make things work better. Like in the video I posted, you'll actually see that the little fuel tanks at the back, because I'm doing the internal thruster push out and pull down, I actually move them out of the way. I pull them away from the back of the ship so that it doesn't blow them up.
Yeah, I've noticed you are a bit safety conscious in your runs, which is fine. It's useful for consistency of getting through it, but it's probably not the absolute fastest thing in the world.
Well, I mean, as we've been speaking about, the absolute fastest right now is between
It's
about 5 minutes 45 and 6 minutes 15. Like, there is the diminishing returns of pace effectively mean that we're looking more for value now than we are for speed, unless we know where that next threshold is. And then we've got to be like at risk of hitting that threshold.
I like that phrasing. at risk.
I think more in range is appropriate, but yeah, good phrasing.
Talking of value, when you cut for the cockpit, and you also go to titanium, right?
Which parts of the cockpit are titanium?
No, I mean when you cut the cockpit out of the rest of the frame, you kind of nick some of the titanium from the front floor panel. I mean that's not a lot, but since we're trying to search from some more value, I imagine that could be a little bit of it.
Are you referring to my old routing? Because
No.
Right now, Goth isn't even routing at all. He's just, you know.
I'm just winging it. This is me in clowns mode.
I don't even break my stuff anymore. I just kick it from my head.
Yeah, the thing is, I was kind of talking about it as you were doing it, but since there's a delay, I don't know exactly when that would be from then. But it's just a few kilograms of titanium at the end of it. I'm not sure if it even counts into it.
Those cuts are also losing you some value on the pipes because you're taking off the corner bit, and you could not be.
Yeah.
Just for
That's true.
The square cut point or the corner pipe?
so it seems to be cutting on the corner rather than through the
Yeah,
bit at the bottom.
horizontally rather than vertically for the. That's what you mean, right? The little corner.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
because
so
you're
you-
not
you
sending
lose-
the pipe into the processor. I see.
Like this is like tiny margins thing.
Yeah. I mean, that was what I meant with the titanium. That's a very small amount, but
Like dollars.
Tell him
Oh.
strategy doesn't listen. Oh no, he's going to get his tethers. It's fine. With 7 left. Wasteful.
Listen, I like having 25 for this portion.
could have
Door!
started
Why does the
from,
door never separate cleanly? What is that?
Oh, you have to pull it out first.
You have to yank it. You have to
Oh.
yank it.
If you don't yank it, it's gonna stay in place.
Oh,
Well,
But
sometimes,
it comes out very easy with a yank. But
yeah, sometimes it moves on its own, but I don't rely on it. I mean, sometimes I forget
I
to
never
yank.
rely on it. No.
Yeah, no,
Do we
I.
have a yank in here?
What?
I'm American.
Okay, then
I'm
you're
American.
our yank.
You have something against Americans?
Forgot the AI nodes on the.
I know. Come on, TARS.
No, just curiosity.
Hey, you got
What
it.
the fuck?
Why it was still moving?
Oh, I didn't detach those computers. Sad.
Oh yeah, the tether was the red, which by the way made no sense because it was perfectly aligned, but oh well.
Welcome to Shipbreaker. I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes the tethers are fucking bitches.
Really? Learning every day.
I had to do the helmet magnet. It was behind me. I couldn't see it, but it still pulled it.
Oh, by the way, the Atmo and
What the hell?
Wait, what? Oh,
Did the first just eat in a cell?
that's all.
No, I just
So
didn't attach it
attached.
properly.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so the Atmo and the door
so
console.
toasty. Floating away
You
from the
don't-
pipes means I can't use a horizontal cut on the nacelle pipes, and I don't know. It seems to be cursing me. I can't like quite get a clean separation.
The horizontal cut I do slightly higher up the bottom pipe, and then I cut out the upper pipe at that junction that just vaporizes.
Does it just vaporize?
Yeah, you just hit the square junction, it'll just vaporize in a single cut.
What?
That was me thinking you were going to finish and then have a sub 6 minute run.
What? Get out of here. Okay, I'll just not be stupid about this.
Yeah, drain the fuel first.
So
And
if
then
I cut
the
here...
square junctions will pop in a single cut.
What the crap? That's a cut point, basically?
Yeah. So that top one is now free.
So I can do that. Oh, fuck.
So do the top one, and then a single straight cut there, and yeah, that's how I do it.
But is it more oh,
You waste a
are
lot
you
of
just
pipe
trying
doing
to
that.
argue? Yeah, I was gonna ask.
It's only like 12 per kg, isn't it? It's like 60
no,
bucks.
the pipe stays on the side, except for that tiny little stub that's on the one mount.
I think it's worth it. Like, if it's just for consistency, losing $60, not a big deal. Also, I make it up in lights.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna try it in my game and see how much that bit is worth. Actually, because if it's not actual pipe and something else, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that yellow hash stuff is just cut point.
It said pipe junction, and that is worth something according to the wiki.
Pipe junction is worth something.
Let me check exactly what it's.
And how much that compared to pipe?
I'm in the game. I'm gonna anyway. So I'll have your actual answer from the game itself in a few seconds. Well, minutes, because I need to get it first.
I'm okay supplying ideas, even if they're bad.
So I guess it depends. So as soon as you've broken, it doesn't count it as like all of the pipe is worth something. When you break a piece of the pipe, that becomes junk, but it's attached to the rest of the pipe that's not junk. So it just depends on how big the pieces that we're cutting are.
I'm gonna take a small break and walk around a bit.
Okay.
Where's my little overlay thing? Hehe. Burp.
Okay, so I had $75 from that pipe junction. It is probably worth it to just cut into it. And not.
It basically doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, unless you care about the rest of the pipe that's attached to it. Well, actually, let me test for the one bit of pipe. Let's say if you manage to get one more into it. And if you add that, you get 167 with the already junction. So if it's helping get faster, I think the junction pipes, we can just cut without bothering. I thought the pipes were worth a lot more.
Likewise. I didn't realize they were worth so little.
So that's gonna save some time. Because you don't need to get closer to readjust your position and cut into the pipe. You just aim for the junction immediately.
Does that release both of them?
No, you still have to cut both junctions, but that's still faster, I think. I mean, you don't.
I do the top junction, and then I don't do the bottom junction, I do the bottom pipe. Because it's faster to do the junction than pipe, because the cut's already lined up.
Oh. Wait. Oh.
I think one cut releases both
I shouldn't have
things.
closed my game. I don't see it anymore. I don't remember.
Oh, I cut the pipe specifically on the bottom one to avoid the hook effect fucking me over later.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you don't actually get closer to cut it vertically. You just aim for
I
the
just
bit,
stay out in the middle and turn my saw sideways for the bottom cut. 4 vertical cuts for the mount points, 1 cut on the junction, and then 1 horizontal cut for the bottom pipe. And I usually end up cutting that stupid light in the middle in half.
Sorry, did you ask us something? No? Okay.
No, I was just listening to hear your results on the pipes, and I heard them.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Yay!
What I missed?
Hello, back. I'm Tack.
Are you a dad? Because Toasty should be the one, yeah, right?
You know when a joke becomes a dad joke? When the punchline is apparent.
Ooh.
Okay.
Get out.
Okay, so regarding that junction confirmation, it costs $75 only. So I think you can cut into that willy-nilly go.
Oh, but Cerealia, with the bonuses accounted for, that 75 is nearly $150. Yeah, I'm gonna cut into it. I don't care.
Right, I think the pipe is just not worth worrying about at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just it can get more speed. Like, there is a chance that you can hit the next threshold with this.
What? That's actually never happened
I
before.
think there are enough methods to save time.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Bunged it off the back cap.
That never happened to me before.
No, it's the antenna mount. Actually, you need to rift it a little, or it's just going to bump into it. And since you're going very fast, it's gonna break the antenna.
I love doing a backflip to throw the antenna in.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
What?
actually
Again?
over. Yeah, this time it worked.
No, it didn't.
Didn't it go in?
I had $0.
Oh crap.
Streamer's curse, guys. There we go. Wait, aw, no. Okay.
Am I the only one lagging a lot?
At least
No,
according to my
you're
phone,
not.
looks fine.
Seems okay.
Okay, that's just me then. Gonna try to just restart it and see how it goes.
Oh, no, I'm struggling with lag all the time.
Wait, did you mean like stuttering, like frame drops, or did you mean delay?
Oh, it just paused for a few seconds and then, well, for a second and then goes back to live. No, it's okay now that I restarted it. It's back to normal.
I hate that the word lag is used for both. It's confusing to talk about.
So this may be a game, but it's not a game that cares about lag.
I actually had a very good run the other day where my video driver crashed 3 times during it.
Still
Still finished. Yeah, it was a brand new swap between the 1080 and the 2070, and the drivers needed reinstalling.
Oh, didn't you also have like power supply issues? I remember you mentioning that in Discord.
Did. I went from 700 to 850, and it's not a problem anymore.
Okay. Glad that sorted out.
I was an IT guy in a former life.
Maybe I'm just really behind on technology, but how is a 1080 better than a 2070?
80s
It's
are
not. I
their...
went to the 2070, and
Oh,
they're actually
okay.
identical in the benchmarks, pretty much. They're like 1 frame per second difference.
Yeah, generally with NVIDIA, the previous Gen 80 version is about as good as the next Gen 70 version. Although the 3070 is like way better than the 2080 from what I hear. Because they
Yeah,
like
the
had some
3060
breakthrough
is
in
about-
technology. I don't know if that airlock console died or not.
I don't think it did.
Didn't see any red, so no, I think.
Anyway, the video card wasn't an upgrade. It was so my friend could run his VR rig on the older equipment because his weird Windows mixed reality thing doesn't work with his 2070.
My neighbor just decided to start playing piano at 9 p.m. That
Great
Why?
timing.
That's way better than living in the ghetto and then playing gangster rap.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're just right. I mean, at least that with the headphones, I can't exactly hear what they're playing, but usually it's
Come free.
quality variable on the Happy Birthday, so.
I didn't yank the door.
Yeah, I once lived in a
You have to
neighborhood
yank the door.
with
you
a
know,
meth
I've
lab
actually had
next door.
I've had some incredible
Well, that
runs,
doesn't sound safe.
and I've turned around and I've gone, I didn't yank the fucking door.
I mean, if that's any consolation, I've been using the door thing for weeks.
Ghost tether.
Getting
Ghost Tether.
It's always
Oh,
that wing, too.
that's same
Yeah,
my
you
experience.
just have to wait. You have to be patient, Goph.
Because it thinks it's still
have a
attached
bar.
to the rest of the cockpit, which is very annoying.
Oh my god. Go somewhere. Let those drift out, please.
If you grab something at the front of the cockpit and pull it towards you, you can get the rest of the stuff to come with it.
But that has the
obviously
danger
No.
of making things
No.
break.
Oh yeah, it's got the
Great
minor
thing.
chance of danger. You gotta pull real jet.
Minor?
I
Minor?
mean, you're basically assured to break at least one or two computers.
Like,
Okay, this is
if
actually...
you don't hit everything, the run is basically dead now.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, is
This-
pulling with... If you bump something with a seat, does it break it versus bumping something with a computer?
doesn't really
I mean,
matter.
you'd have
It's,
to-
it's
depends
just the
on
velocity.
speed.
You'd have to bump it slowly, and so I mean, it's very hard to
Well, slow is not fast.
that, and also it's very difficult to judge with the grapple. It's not the most precise stencils when it
Like,
comes to
with,
not-
with,
No, it's incredibly precise. It pulls
With
the
the
exact
grapple, I
amount
don't
for
know.
the time you hit it.
yeah, I hit it once, twice, three times, 4, 5, 6, 7 in like tiny amounts just to pull something towards me.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And the length of those pulses you're pressing controls the amount of force it uses.
yeah.
What I find funny is that I was reading one of the tooltips, and it said that the stinger is used for really what's the word? Like precise cuts, and I'm like, no, that's a split saw.
Yeah,
Well- No, that's
mechanically it's supposed to be, but it's not.
The split saw is like so damn accurate. It's crazy.
have to know how to use it. Why did you send the pipe down to the barge earlier?
I don't know.
Because he didn't care about the value.
What I missed this time?
I don't understand everybody wanting a square cutter, because the split saw just does it perfectly, I think.
People, at the risk of being controversial, people bad at the game.
Personal terminal, computer terminal.
Yeah.
But it didn't break, it just didn't go in.
You sure?
Well, it's not in the destroyed list, right? It's not in red, so...
I mean, we don't know. The destroy list is Schrodinger's destroy list. It appears when it wants to, and at no other time.
Well, I don't know. Generally, I just see a peek of it. I don't see the whole line, but I see just enough to know that there's something that was destroyed, and here it looks like it's all looks like it made it in, but yeah, maybe we don't see
That's
everything.
actually, that's a really good total. But if you add the personal terminal and computer to that value, I think it's about
Oh, hold on.
3584.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I got everything, then I would be in line with my first run, minus 1 light. Because I had 4 lights in that run.
Yeah, but like I'm just like doing the maths, and there's some like I often find that there's an interesting like value difference for no reason.
I'll
We
ban
should
it.
make that not happen.
Oh wait, no, I was so used to being a mod for clowns. I thought I was still, but yeah, no.
You just right click somebody's name in the chat,
yeah, but I
and you
can
make them a mod.
let me just say something. Badly, you can click on my name, on one of the guys, really. Yay, I have the now. Yes. And let's also signal it. I am worried for my well-being. No, not that one. It's a bot. It's basically asking the same question 3 times. Why are you telling us that this one is bad? I told you like 2 times already. Oh, oops.
Yeah. As cool as the sound is for a pressurized grapple whiff, or grapple push whiff, it's like the worst feeling. Especially if there's garbage floating around and you like push it into something.
Do you know what I hate the most in this ship?
Mm.
The 2 floating node?
Yank door.
Nope. It's that fucking helmet.
Oh,
Oh, the one I just like pick up.
you hate it even more than just
Yeah.
the airlock, the entry that we use.
Is there a reason you don't just pick it up, guy?
Yeah, because it's not where I am when I'm trying to do some tethering.
Ah.
I remove it as a hazard removal because it's in the way.
Yeah, I do that with
Yeah,
data drives as
same.
well, if they're just there.
I just ignore it.
Yeah, well,
Balance
if
with
you
the
ignore it,
shoe strats.
it has potential of killing the run, so.
I mean, you can move it out of the way without doing anything to it, just bumping in.
I'm surprised you didn't just explode.
That was safe.
Yeah, you guys are behind, so unless I react, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I forgot to do the thruster AI nodes.
Fuck, we're leaving it for later.
Well, you know, if you were to just stop while we're talking, you'd lose a whole bunch of time on your run.
Oh, I love the bonus node.
That was just convenient.
I don't know why, but those panels from the floor, they sometimes just decide not to go in.
Depends on the angle, I guess. If they're already going in one direction and then they just suddenly fizzle out the tether.
Yeah, Guy and I were actually talking about this in the chat the other day. And if you break the processor up into 4 quadrants, like you have in 1, 2, 3, and 4, you always have to put them in the quadrant 2, going from left to right, top to bottom.
Yep. Yeah, like I will aim for the bottom near the hab for without like showing you what the nomenclature we were using.
Oh, I bought a patch kit. Oh no. And I also didn't properly cut the cut points here. What the hell? I thought I did this time.
You also had 5 remaining tethers.
Yeah, but he's
What?
been doing
Emma?
that since the beginning.
Wait,
Considering
what?
this-
Oh,
Back corner by the fuel tank?
Behind the fuel tank, it gets me every fucking time.
yeah, well, runs over.
Just
I can
slap
still go
the
first.
edge with the airlock.
That being said, the whole ship is actually not going that slow when you tether it without separating the two, so maybe you could even just keep going with only this.
Possible.
Yeah, just send the whole thing into the left process.
But since you still have other things to do in the meantime anyway.
Providing that you get the airlock out, that is.
Right. Forgot about that.
It's free.
Yeah, it's probably
I mean,
to go into the
you
processor.
probably don't ever want to forget the thing that you might want the money from.
Oh well. Yeah.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm very easily distracted. So I usually discover things by trial and error, like
Better
yeah, I mean-
power assault this time.
it was already actually
Safer.
started. I remember now in the Discord. But if you could get the airlock out,
Because I'm crazy. I like to pre-charge my power junction blasts while it's pulling off.
I mean, I'll always pre-charge while I'm grabbing on something. Anyway, did the glass separate in 3?
No.
No, it's the airlock thing.
Okay, it went in. It's fine. Now it's yanking this thing down. None of those things are gonna hold, are they?
I feel really aggrieved by your first place score now. Really aggrieved.
Should I just stop the stream to make Tack stop feeling bad?
Repeat.
I'm out of tethers.
And that one's gonna break too. This run is done. Yeet.
Oh, nothing.
Oh. Do you know what else I don't like?
Me.
Yeah. It's the things like the little bits of trash.
It does
Oh,
make it
they-
hard to find certain
It's
smaller
so
objects.
depressing.
Some of
Every
them
time.
look like fucking AI notes.
Yeah.
Just like they don't really look like them, but they're just enough like them.
I don't like that you can't pick them up with a grapple.
Yeah, you can only interact with them if you run face first into them.
I wish I had the video of it, but I did have a point where I had like somehow there was an absolute line of them. They were just like on the same plane in the same direction, and I just went face first straight through it and just heard ding 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 on my helmet. It was great.
You do terrible by your own standards and still break 6 million. It.
That was an awful run.
That was a better run.
I don't
than
want to
mine.
say anything anymore. I feel bad.
Like
I mean,
I-
it's
there's not much left to salvage.
I
366 versus 350.
Because there was like 60k missing off of that run compared to my first run today. It's not my first run. I should stop saying that because it's only my first run today. My first run was 5.4 something of this ship.
There's only $100,000 left in raw materials that you could possibly salvage according to the ship value, right?
Well, some of that must be in the aluminum that he's sending to the processor anyway, so...
There's absolutely no way you're going to successfully get to that score. You're so close to the margins, it's ridiculous.
My real goal now is just find the next time threshold.
I mean, we can just do that just by testing, as long as we don't care about like the amount of attempts it shows up.
I'm gonna do it now. You think so you said 545 is still in the 46 range, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So let's try 530.
Yeah, because you just got to break through the work orders and just enough of the materials to not get a penalty, right?
Why? I don't.
No, we don't need to do that.
I'm just gonna wait, honestly.
Here and there.
I mean, you can play the thing or you can just wait. It doesn't change the time bonus that's gonna appear anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's a theory to test, might as well do it now.
I do want to see if I can get the lights off. Like, still on a strip, so they're easier to send down. With some consistent setup. Because so far they're breaking off in like chunks of 2 and 3, and it's kind of weird.
That's because the titanium is actually 4 different sections put together.
Oh,
And the only thing that's holding them together is the outer frame. The actual inner frame is not holding them.
Yeah. So you can't get one single line for them.
come on, stop glowing. Okay, so I actually just killed the whole beam.
Yeah, you got to cut closer to the center of the mass of the beam rather than close to the lights, I think.
The lights are lit up, they're still connected to something. As soon as they turn off, they're not.
Well, those are still bound to the floor.
I think you can actually
and
see
you-
the separation in the same
Oh,
place
okay.
where you see the separation in between the floorboard.
Ah, so that's what's holding them together. Now, will both of these take into the barge?
No.
No.
One.
Unless you shoot it absolutely perfectly, like into one of the 4 corner slots.
Okay.
Can you cut it in half from here?
Cut the light beam in half?
Yeah, once it's in the barge. If it's broken in half, it's no longer one object, and it'll probably process the second light.
It'll
That's
just
not
sit
how
in
that
that
works. It needs to hit a free slot in the barge.
That's why I was saying you should put a split saw cut between the lights when you do it, and then you can just throw them all down like that, and they'll all take.
I mean, it's
Unless-
possible that you store it whilst it's on its way down.
Yeah, do a
Unless-
gentle get it moving, cut it in half while it moves, and then just let it finish.
Well, if you do that, you have a chance of hitting the lights, which is kind of negating the point.
Yeah, but still.
Regarding that whole slot thing, do lights really take a whole spot to them? Because
Yes.
Everything
Yes, they
does.
do.
Yeah, any items a full sell.
Because it looks like those are not completely taken, right? I mean,
This-
sometimes
This light.
On the corner.
Oh god, it's still so hard to see. I don't know if you can even see it on stream. Like which slots are taken and which aren't.
Yeah, they really
Well-
need to fix that.
This light is taking this, or wait, where is it taking?
Because I mean, sometimes it feels like I can send several
That's odd.
objects at the same place if it's really small. But maybe I was wrong, in which case, well, I learned another new things today.
They take a whole
Which
slot.
time are you going for?
5:30. So when the timer on the top right hits 9:30 is when I'm supposed to dock. Any lights
Although-
up there?
Where you had them all come off with that really close cut, if you floated above them, you could just blast them down.
Yes, that's true. The question is when, and the answer to that is
That's what
after
I
everything
said.
else is done.
Last year.
But also,
Which point
once
they're
the ship
then
is
in the
moved, they have a chance to be just kind of thrown around the bay. So you don't
Yeah,
know
once
where
they're
they
cut
are.
loose, they're going to be everywhere.
You don't know where they
They're
are,
also
and they don't show up on the
problematic.
scanner. There's none here anymore, but you have to
Like,
What
wear.
if you did those cuts and then did a decompressive clear?
I haven't tried that on this ship, to be fair.
You're going to cause decompression just by anything going wrong with those cuts. You're going to probably cut a point and then suddenly everything's not connected anymore.
You can test that next, once I hit this timer.
Okay, so I was actually experimenting with it yesterday. And if you cut the lights at a proper angle, I think, and you cut the floor joints beforehand, what'll happen is the light that you're trying to cut off will start to float over to the other side of the ship, and they'll line up with the lights on the other side. So you can go through and just pulse them all down in one go. But you have to be absolutely 100% perfect on chopping the lights off the beam.
There, that's the 47. 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
I mean, it could be higher than that still.
Yeah, that's
But-
true, but testing this is a pain in the ass.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go for each second. I mean, if you do 535 next.
God.
Can we just ask someone? Like, can they just tell us?
I mean,
I
if,
think they have fun with watching us work it out.
but the thing is, if each one of us or anyone who wants to volunteer pick one specific second, it could take less time. But it's still going to be a pain in the ass, but maybe slightly less of a pain in the ass to do it.
Well, there are 5 of us here, so
Yeah.
I'll take 5:31.
Okay. Well.
Don't 1 seconds. Do it in like slightly larger.
It's 5:35 then.
I can.
540.
5.
I guess I could take 5:15.
You mean 5:50?
15, that works too. Yeah.
5:50.
I already claimed 500.
Oh, I killed the lights. So as I was saying, they don't show up on the scanner, which is annoying. Like, they show up best in object view, but it's still just their wireframe. They don't get a highlight. Which makes it annoying to find them in the bay after you're done cutting up the ship. However, wow, that moved the ship a lot. What the crap? Why?
What wasn't pressurized? Depressurized.
The floor?
Oh,
Look at that, it's above the jacks.
Damn.
You're gonna free willy without doing anything.
Whoa!
What the heck? Also, not a single light went down on the barge as a result of that.
I'm doing 555.
And everyone's waiting game.
Yeah.
Do you want to just post the results in the stream chat, or
I don't know, wherever you want. Post it here, or in Discord, or in stream chat. Doesn't really matter.
Jumping off topic.
Is it off topic?
No.
this is pretty on topic?
Yeah.
They need a like a
eraser.
Discord stream chat. No microphone channel or something for people that don't want to like speak but want to still talk. You know?
Oh.
A lot of
Wait,
servers I want to have that. Like they have a channel called No Mic that's just for people watching other people stream on Discord.
Oh, okay.
That way you can like talk about stuff without having to use your voice. But it's also useful for posting links and pictures and stuff if you're in voice chat.
Mm.
Can you do that, guy? Can you give us a channel on Discord?
I can ask.
Just a race channel.
No. I mean a stream chat channel. I already asked him about race only chat, and the answer I got was along the lines of normal cutters and racers can mix just fine.
We're not so different after all.
We all burn the same.
Exactly.
I'm doing 35.
I aim my camera just right, I can actually get a fireplace in the shot with me where I'm sitting. Makes chanting about the furnace god all that more
Oh
emphasized.
fuck, that was the wrong minute. I'm stupid.
Oh well, that's a higher bonus, that's for sure.
But it is 48%.
Wait, which one were you trying to get? Because I could still.
The 35. It has to be 25 in the second place. So 925.
Okay, I can get it, or I can get 910 for a 5-minute 50 if you want, depending.
Get the 25.
Okay.
925.
Still have a little over a minute left. Can just take a look at the station. I never actually take the time to look at it because I'm always racing.
You mean our station? Like the gantry? Or do you mean stuff at a distance?
Staff and distance, the whole structure above us.
Skybox is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Homeworld growing up,
Oh god, I'm way too much up. Okay, sorry.
and the art. Like I'm so glad they formed a new studio and started making games again. Because I love this art. I love how industrial and blocky all this shit looks.
Actually played Homeworld. I'm not sure I mean, I know there's 4 ships involved, but aside from that, don't know much about it.
It's an old strategy game.
47% price 35.
What number was that?
Oh, that was what Julia was going for.
Wait, what? What did you say, Jack?
Go for 540.
Okay, no, I'm still... Well, I'm going for 535, so...
What
I
tactics
just
did
done
that?
that. Do
Okay,
540.
no, okay,
5 seconds.
530.
Branded repair kits to avoid
5 seconds.
invalidating your warranty.
4. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got 529 and I'm still at 47%. Right.
555 bumps you down to 46.
So far we've learned that it's somewhere between 5:30 and 5:35 and 5:45 gets us the time bonus point. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Ah,
Tall orders.
do we keep going or
Nah.
do we
You
do
guys can
something else? Because it is not the most entertaining stuff to do.
Oh, do you mean like the stream? I don't know.
Oh no, not the stream. I mean the testing with the minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes, 50%. Okay, go. You go. Try to do it in 2 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I was just doing a run and I did mess it up when I was going for the 5:35.
2 minutes, eh?
I'm just kidding, but you can also do it without even. I didn't specify the score, so I guess you can do it however you want.
2 minutes, Julia.
Oh, god damn it. How much waiting are we going to do in the turkey sandwich menu?
I'm kidding. I'm just gonna do this. I'll do a couple more actual runs, and then probably call it. At least until I feel threatened again. Any of you up to it, do you think?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Salvage away from like having a higher score than you right now. So yeah,
I didn't quite catch that. Did you say?
there's
He's a
only one
stone's
piece
throw
of
away.
salvage that
One piece of salvage.
literally a power junction box that didn't go in. I destroyed it. Would get me a higher score than your.
Ooh. Is that just on base salvage, or did you have a faster time?
No, this is on the score that is currently number 2. If you add 34.5k to the base and then multiply the 1.76, it's higher than your score.
Ah.
That is, I made a process error by bashing that power junction box into a wall.
If you're gonna yank that power box in the middle, maybe using a tether would be as effective, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Every time I've done that, the stupid thing broke.
Yeah. It tends to bash
okay.
off of another wall or something.
It worked for me last time. But
It might just be one of
Yes,
those things that's like really inconsistent.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's not reliable.
Would it be faster if you tethered it and grabbed it to rip it off the wall?
That's some micro optimization shit. I don't know.
That's kind of a waste
Go
of time.
down.
But I guess since we just discovered, you still get the 40-ish% at 5 minutes, and it stays the same until, what, 6.5?
I was going to ask earlier, but then I didn't get the chance. The door console and the Atmo inside the cockpit, I guess you're not tethering, well, you're not freeing them before
Damn it!
in the
Sorry.
cockpit because you're afraid you're gonna lose them, right?
Mm-hmm. I think I can get the Atmo and the door console now. I think about it, but the junction box, well, it just died, so it just proves how fragile the fucker is.
Oh, you
Oh yeah,
just
that is
do
junction
never
box.
touch a junction box unless you've got nothing near it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you do, the coolant tanks or even itself is going to break, and
I feel the junction boxes are far more dangerous than they should be.
I don't know.
You think
Let's
so,
talk
right?
about people and their oxygen upgrades and how they don't do
Oh
exactly
my
what people expect
fucking
them to.
god, I wish those people would shut the hell up.
careful there, you're on recording.
Oops.
Ooh. Fuel. Ah, I missed that thing. Where's the last note? There it is.
Well,
Well, the run died when the
Background
power
is
box died, so.
yeah.
Where were you when the power box died?
Oh, I didn't wait for the. Did I? 3530. Oh, the 5% from the fuel. That's why it's so low.
So low.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
You
fine,
know
it's
what I
fine.
mean.
I know what you mean. I mean, basically, every time one of us says,
Fuel
"Oh,
tank up
this
there,
run
flood.
is bad," we're talking about our own standards anyway.
That is very true.
You're not
Titled
going for another run?
Why Speedrunners Think Their Runs Hate. Why Speedrunners Hate Their Runs. I'll do one more.
Oh, right. I
But
actually watched that video when I saw it in
Five
the comments. It was a good one.
540 still 47%.
540. So all we need is 10 seconds, 20 seconds.
Now you need to do that and not destroy the power junction box
Yeah.
or anything else.
Yes. I mean, this is the thing. We're trying to do an incredible. Well, I mean, it's not a complicated salvage, but it's not an easy salvage. Like the nodes and everything, the bitches. But it's definitely like optimizable. Oh, it's just where they are, and just like having to hit them, and
Oh, you
they
broke
add
it.
some complexity.
Yeah.
They add some complexity into like doing normal things. That you can forget what you're doing, forget to get the node, like on the one on the bottom of the coolant next to the power cell.
Would you believe that that's also never happened before? I never cut that
You've never
box
cut-
before.
Well, now you know what it's like. Also, what did that door just closed? But it doesn't usually do that at that point. Is that just because you cut up the junction box in two and then changed the AI behavior, or?
I don't know what affects them. That is a little weird though, because I'm sure we all noticed that they do like the same things every time, assuming you do your route.
I mean, this run
Same.
hasn't closed anything for me yet.
I basically have them disconnected before the point when they can do anything, so that the AI nodes don't affect me at all.
Yeah.
for me at a specific time in my route. I do the whole back end before I touch the cockpit.
Do they touch things in your run, Toasty?
Yeah, they open and close the airlock and cockpit doors, but that's actually useful in my run.
Can't find the enemy work with what it's giving you or something.
While you're pulling the atmospheric processor, you can hit that node on the junction box really accurately every time.
I think you said that before, but I keep forgetting because I'm also I want to get like a practice run in for once. I don't want to innovate at the moment.
Fair enough.
When I innovate, I make mistakes. This is actually so much easier than my stupid old way of doing the thruster or the nacelle pipes. Thank you, Toasty.
Yeah, I like that. That's going to save some time.
Yeah.
Even even
I'm
trying
not
to
as
decide, it's just
skilled as
so
you
much
guys, but
nicer.
I can always pick out some of the weird stuff.
Like, it's just so much easier to line those up than being... So when I stop talking like that, it's because I mess up, and you'll see it in like a second.
Just
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the tether
Boom.
that tethered the wrong thing.
beautiful blue.
Even speed aside, it's just so much nicer. Like, it's so much easier to line up on that block, rather than being face up on the pipe. And like, having the particles spew in your face, and your GPU cries.
Yeah, it's not like it's a tiny target to hit either.
Credits deposited.
Oh yeah, that big meaty block, you don't even have to aim for it. It's just any touch of it.
Yeah, so I was doing some audio work for like streams and stuff yesterday, just like setup, and
Did you figure it out?
I now have I've got a lovely algorithm that will I just dump a video file on it from my stream, and it will give me 3 channels of audio: the game, Discord, which is what I've currently got set up, and a microphone, so I can stream and record and have people talking and have just video if I need it.
Nice.
Which
Would
is
you
what
mind
we all want.
sharing that algorithm? Because I'd be interested
Yeah,
in that.
I will. It's so you'll need to write the text as a batch file, and you'll need to download a bit of software which has some interesting installation, because you have to stick it into the root directory so it knows what to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend that I understood everything that you said just there. I mean, I understood general principles, but I imagine it's much clearer once you're into it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you ever want like isolated game sound and just like to just mess with people, you can have it.
That'd be nice.
I assume we're watching sound off because we're doing Discord as the audio Martian.
Yeah, I wanted to find a way to also, well, this is not a light, that's an AI node. I wanted to find a way to, also capture Discord separately, and I can for the recording, but not for the stream. Where am I going? So, unfortunately, if I want to talk to you guys, you have to hear yourselves on the stream. Which means if I'm stream recording, then these will basically never
It
be
gets
clean videos.
Crazy echo.
But that's okay. People said they want it.
I was trying to do this the other day with the stream.
I'm so lost.
Why? It's the same place as usual.
Yeah, I know, but I keep like wandering off into a different direction than I'm supposed to go. And at this point, I'm finding
Too much of an
seconds.
innovation thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, like, my wrist was hurting today after like trying to get that perfect run, and so I'm not sure I'll be doing any more in for a couple of days, most likely. I'll actually play some Cyberpunk.
I'm gonna hold off on getting that. I'll wait till it's a bit more patched and cheaper.
I
bought
bought the
a
thing, but I
Just don't
still
get-
haven't opened it.
Don't get the Xbox One or PS4 version.
Oh yeah, I've seen the videos of that. That is horrific. Is the word I would use.
Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's me, PC, don't care.
Pretty
I
much.
never thought I'd be one of the master race people.
I didn't yank the
Interesting way
door
of doing that.
again. Imperfections. Well, pretty obviously, I topped myself at the very start of this session. Like, that's as good as it's gonna get.
I mean, you predicted that you would get it first try, and
That was just bragging, though.
Do you think I was serious? I
Yeah.
didn't think I'd actually get it. I thought it'd be hilarious footage if I'd like messed up on the first try and then I
yeah,
caught it.
well, no, you just set yourself up for failure for the rest of the stream. So it's hilarious in another way now.
It is hilarious because you've been shit since. You haven't been shit, just shit.
Shit is relative.
Only shit compared to the first run. That's it.
Still
The
something.
first one's the only one that beat me.
Probably. Well, you might have broken something in the back with that junction box.
I think I got them all. I said that and the red thing popped up on the left side of the screen and I was really scared. But it was just aluminum.
That's aluminum. It's fine.
It's just the whole frame that Toasty. Do you still cut that out, Toasty, or did you take the advice?
Got the frame it?
You know, when I
Inside the
first watched you
cockpit.
doing this, I literally, you were sending like the metal frame. And,
Like the center
then-
frame? No, that gets
yeah.
processed now. With the tail still attached.
It was just so much fun. I was just like, why are you doing that?
You didn't.
Like,
Did
what?
you
Like,
tether it right? Or did you get a corner there?
I'd just never been made
Have-
aware that it
Have
wasn't
some faith, Cerelia.
a good use of value.
yeah.
No, you
Um,
get it.
the
That's why I
little things
came
with
to
that.
Discord, is to learn from you guys.
Not gonna break a record with this one.
And I definitely learned a lot of stuff from all of you.
I'm missing like
I'm quite
200k in
pleased with how
salvage.
helpful everyone is.
Community effort.
How am I missing
think that-
200k? I think I check that.
And Jed has joined the call. Hello, Jed.
Hello.
Hi. We were
Should I
about to
leave?
wrap up,
So you know
unfortunately.
you are currently live on Ghost's stream on Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Is there anything you'd like to say for yourself?
You can find it on self-promotion if you want to follow the action. Though apparently Goth managed to get his best run in the first few minutes of, well, the very first try in the stream, and he hasn't managed to top it yet, so...
Haven't even gotten close. What the heck?
As he promised in the first sentence of this stream, he was going to take it. He did.
He was definitely not joshing.
Gopher of his word.
So where did you lose that Bernie then?
Lose the what?
Where did you
The
lose the
shock
value?
from the power cell.
I don't know.
You didn't
'Cause
get all
it doesn't-
the overhead.
You got the terminals.
Okay, wait, let me go down this slowly.
Stop doing it so fucking quick.
I had to go up to go back down. Okay. Gosh.
All right.
So one
Yeah,
airlock
we
console
played.
died. That's a big one.
So that's 45k.
All the mass.
Got the doors.
Reactor, of course.
Is the thruster on there?
Wait, did you get all the AI notes on the thruster?
Did I miss one? You know what? That would explain.
You
Maybe.
didn't get all the work orders.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, because all the AI nodes are not on the work order, so maybe that's why the thruster didn't make it in.
Oh, that
Yeah, probably one of the sick.
makes a lot of sense.
Good.
And that thrust is worth a lot, so.
Did you just say good?
Hi to Judd.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for coming.
Great
You'll all be on
stream,
this
guys.
week's
For inviting
video,
us.
which is cool.
All right, nice video. Good run.
Yeah, thanks for just nothing.
Hey, you all get publicity because you're out here. I get to say your names at the start of the video. I'll put your avatars in it and stuff.
I mean, I was happy to be here.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna complain compared to the other
Oh,
ones.
I'm happy to be here. However, I wasn't happy to see what you did, and then how bad you were afterwards.
Mm. So it goes some days.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
still a competition.
Oh, I know.
All right, I'm cutting the stream.
It's hard running that number one high though. You can't play well after.